In general, Chinese government has a lot of plans for what they call as Western China, which includes Tibet and the whole region of Tibet. They have a lot of plans for mineral extraction, including one of the latest findings of lithium reserve in Nachuka. A lot of infrastructure development plans, including major roads, trains, and airports in different parts of the world, which have to be completed within 2030 or 2035. As part of those programs, the dam building projects in Tibet has been there in the pipeline for many years. There have been numerous dams built over many rivers that originate from Tibet and flows into 10 different countries in South and Southeast Asia, including East Asia, China, without which China would not be able to support its 1.4 billion people if it is not for the Yangtze and Yellow that originate from Tibet, which are lifelines of China. So unfortunately, with total disregard to environmental destruction because of these dam building projects, including a huge one which is estimated to be double the size of Three Gorges, which is the biggest in the world, which will produce about 3 times the electricity that of Three Gorges, is being built on Yalong Sangbo, on Brahmaputra. And the whole region is a seismic zone. If something happens to that size of a dam, what could be the consequences to the people in the downstream riparian states is hard to imagine. It could be very, very destructive. The recent incident in Kham Derge, east of Tichu and west of Tichu is Kham Jonda. In that area, Chinese government is building one of the 13 proposed dam, and this is supposed to be the 6th dam that is being built. According to what we understood from experts is that first they build the smaller dams and then they go to the medium sizes and then they go to the bigger ones. So there underlies the interests of many Chinese investors who are mostly sons and family members of the ruling elite who look for only profit. We are also examining as to which foreign companies are also involved in collaboration in developing these dams and make targeted campaigns against these foreign companies not to join or dissociate themselves from these projects. So overall, China looks at development as solution to every kind of problem, which is a very unidimensional way of looking at problems and resolving problems. They don't even think about the aspiration of the local population. And even in this case, on the 14th of February, some 300-400 local Tibetans on their knees were pleading with the authorities to stop this project because they would be displaced. And some 6 monasteries, including Umbatu, which is a very old monastery of more than 600 years of history and very intricate wall paintings, are going to be submerged and destroyed because of this dam building, which is part of our cultural heritage. And then I would like to remind the Chinese leaders about any lessons they have learned from the Yangtze floods of 1998, which destroyed a lot of property and took many lives. Such dam building are being disregarded by the major experts on environment to desist from building large dams, which could have serious consequences to the flow of the river that would impact the species of fishes in those rivers and of course livelihoods of people downstream. It has a lot of implications, but despite these warnings, China is going full steam ahead with building these dams, and we would like to urge the international community to be aware of these developments in Tibet and work with the Tibetans to see that there could be a closure of these projects, which are not helpful for the Chinese or the Tibetans or to the world. Tibetans in Tibet have been following His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and we have been resorting only to non-violent means, not violent means, because unfortunately there's too much focus on violence these days. And wherever there's war, media goes there, politicians go there, and then it gives rise to the thoughts of the non-violent activists as to what they should do to garner attention from the world community. So it's very important that focus on non-violence should be given, should be promoted as a means of resolution of conflicts, because violence begets more violence. It's never a solution to problems. Only non-violence could be the problem, and Tibetans have set the trend of following His Holiness the Dalai Lama and His Holiness following Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi. So I urge all stakeholders, including the international community and the Chinese government themselves, to think about their own future as to what could be the consequences of these large dams, which are going to be very, very destructive in future.